What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about NIO. I want to go over some of the data points, what's moving it, and what analysts are saying. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So NIO is down 1.1% so far pre-market, and there's a lot of different things coming out that's kind of influencing it, but for the most part, the market is still digesting their recent earnings that came out on Friday. So it's unfortunate that NIO just had the timing of their earnings because the market is rallying. Both Chinese and American stocks are really moving higher because of what Trump stated, that he's going to be really moving towards a more targeted tariff approach rather than like a broad one. So market's loving that. Like I said, a lot of even Chinese EVs are up this morning. Just NIO is lagging. So the market's digesting their recent earnings as well as digesting these. So you did have some new ratings. There was one that was posted today, and it looks like TipRanks did update from Friday. A little bit more of a delayed approach, but you did have Barclays a $4 sell, and the analyst has a 54% success rating. So in my video yesterday, we did have Bank of America, Mizuho both posted, and then you also, I believe, had this one, the $5.90 one. But regardless, we have a $5.90 Morgan Stanley Tim, who has a 37% success rating. It does show 3 days ago, but it was just posted this morning. $8.10 buy rating by Citi. Jeff, who has a 40% success rating, so they did actually raise their previous target by, I think, like 30%. And then last but not least, $4.50 Bernstein, Eunice, who has a 67% success rating. So the market's digesting all of these new ratings, and I think, in my opinion, focusing more on the negatives. As a consensus, $4.97 is that price target, representing a 10.44% upside. So it has gone down, the consensus, from roughly $5.16, what it previously was on leading into the earnings, to now $4.97. So not the best. You have two bullish ones that did come out, so Morgan Stanley and Citi, but aside from that, though, it's just not much good forecasted growth. So let me know your general thoughts on that. Shorts right now are increasing 2.38 million shares, so they're piggybacking off of Friday when they did increase 2 million during that time frame as well. But 15.82% of the free float is being shorted, works to be 211.27 million shares overall are being shorted. NIO, I believe, is the 7th most traded stock so far pre-market, so a lot of big money is really paying attention to NIO. Some selling. Clearly there is a certain level of buying, because if it was just straight selling, then it wouldn't be down only 1%, it'd be down significantly more. But aside from that, there isn't really any other speculative things. I think, just like I said, the market's just digesting the recent earnings as well as these new ratings. But a couple of things to take note of right now with that $4.45, it is trading between these 2 points, so this pivot and this S1. I know it looks bleak right now, but during the trading day, if it is able to gain some good momentum and close above this pivot point of $4.60, yeah, it really could stand to benefit it. Bigger picture on a technical standpoint, but $4.18 is going to be a strong support. Just watch for that to hold. If not, then you're going to see roughly around that $3 range. So we'll just have to wait and see what does occur from all that. You do have this, the MLF announcement, coming out in roughly 15 minutes. Oddly enough, I brought this up in my video yesterday. This was supposed to come out yesterday, I believe at 10:30 p.m. So I'm not really sure why it did get moved to 8:15. But still, if it is a little bit lower, if it comes in off of that forecast, which has been like that since mid 2024, the market, or more specifically Chinese stocks, will really rocket because of that. But aside from all that fun stuff, though, on the actual chart, that's going to be a big thing for the technicals. So like I mentioned, go just kind of take note of some of those fib levels, the support and resistance. A couple of things to watch for: that 50-day moving average is $4.42. So that one is a big deal for NIO. Historically, every time NIO does break below that for 2 consecutive trading days, this is where you see a little bit of a broader pullback by roughly 30%. So just watch for that 50-day moving average to hold. So like I said, $4.42. Flip side, you also have that 100-day moving average at $4.58, and then that 200 at $4.71. So kind of just take note of some of these general support and resistance. So if you're looking at buying more or whatever else, maybe target one of these, so that 50-day moving average, or potentially this right here, that $4.18. But you do whatever floats your boat. I do have a weird feeling this might be a prediction, just off prediction, but once the market does open, I feel like NIO is going to slowly gain some good momentum, piggyback off of the broader market, and really touch this pivot point once again of $4.60. So let me know your thoughts on that, if you think that's going to come to fruition, or do you think we're going to be seeing the fours sooner rather than later? So what's your kind of 2 cents on that? And what's your thoughts on, for instance, NIO's recent ratings? Do you think some of them are realistic? Do you think that $8.10 is realistic? $5.90, $4.20. So $4.20 was, I think, that hold Mizuho. $4 was the low, this recent one. $3.90, which was given last month, is the current low for NIO right now, and that was done by Tina, Goldman Sachs. A lot of these ratings are absolutely horrific. So you have 40, 37, 42, 39. This one wasn't all that bad. That's that $4 sell, 54% success rating. But what's your general thoughts on all of this? And then as well, if you do want all of this information to be completely free, so analyst ratings, forecasts, everything under the sun, take a look at IBKR for all of it to be free. Link in the description below and also the comments. And then one final thing, pop over to my Discord, completely free. A lot of good people talking about stocks, options, crypto, everything that you need. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.